The recovery rate is by far the most important metric for every single agency in the industry. We should always be looking at that number before any other number, because that number is going to dictate how many assignments we get from a client, and how many assignments we get from a client dictates how many repossessions we could ultimately get, and how many repossessions we could ultimately get dictates how much money we could ultimately make. So at the end of the day, that recovery rate is by far the most important metric, not just for the success of your company and how much money you could earn, but also because that's exactly what the lenders look at for every single agency to dictate your volume, not just your volume, but the volume from you and everybody else that's in your market. So since they're looking at that number with a fine-tooth comb, we should be doing the same. We have a tendency of overlooking. And if we are able to go ahead and see exactly what each lender has a capability of what kind of performance you can get out of them, what you could do is, by analyzing that data, you can actually see how much fat is left on that bone in order to get more repossessions. So if you dictate the boots on the ground to go to the ones that are making you the most or have the highest opportunities, overall, you're going to see a higher success in terms of how many repossessions your agency is able to get. So at the end of the day, recovery rate is by far the best and the biggest metric we should all be tracking. And I just want to take a moment to allow you to understand what the importance of that means to your operation.